What is up? My name is Derek Sanderson, and I'm a realtor with eXp Realty serving the greater Chico, California area. And it's my passion to help educate, equip, and empower people just like you to make the best decisions possible. So, with that in mind, every Monday we take a few minutes and look at what's happening in the single family residential market here in Chico, California. And before we jump in, if you would do me a huge favor, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, and commenting on this video. I would be eternally grateful. Otherwise, let's go. Okay, let's jump in for today, Monday, December 2nd. Now, because today is the first Monday of a new month, we're not just going to look at the here and now in the last week. We're going to take a look at last month compared to the same time in 2023. So we're going to look at November's numbers as well. It just helps us get context and kind of see where the market is headed. So let's jump in. So as of 10 o'clock this morning, there are only 107 active listings on the market here in Chico. I have no doubt in my mind that at some point in this month, the month of December, we are going to see less than 100 active listings. We have 68 currently under contract. Median list price for those active listings is 557,000. Also, the average days on market is starting to creep up. We are just over 3 months now at 92 days for the average days on market. Okay, let's take a step back and look at the last week. It's important to remember that we had Thanksgiving this last week. So we only had 5 new listings come on the market. And that makes sense. Most people don't want to put their house on the market, especially if they're going to be hosting Thanksgiving or traveling. It's just a lot of added stress. However, we had 13 homes go under contract in the last week. Think about that. So buyers are still active and looking for great deals. We had 6 price reductions and only 7 homes actually sell. Okay, let's take a look at November 2024 compared to November 2023. So in November of 2024, we had 63 homes sell. That is up 12.5% from last year. And the average days on market actually fell almost 15% to 29 days on market. Now, we've been seeing a trend the last few months of the median list to median sales price creeping up anywhere from 7 to 10% when comparing it to the same time frame last year. Let's see if that's going to continue. It is. So 7.5, just over 7.5% increase in the median list price. Now, great. List price is great. That's what the house goes on the market for. But what did you actually sell it for? The median sales price is actually up just over 7% as well compared to last year. So we are continuing this trend of 7 to 10% increase in home value for the homes that are selling. Okay, and this is just a great little snapshot to show you where the demand is at. This is the number of homes that sold in that specific price range. And there you can see in the 3 to 400,000 range, 14 homes of the 63 sold. And in that 4 to 500 range, 18 of those 63 homes sold. So the busiest, most active part of the market, the most demand is at 3 to 500,000 range. Now, what about, okay, that's great, the 63 homes sold, but how many of them sold under asking? How many of them sold at asking? And how many sold over asking? So there you can see in the green and the blue, that is the number of homes that went sold at asking or over asking of the list price. So again, you can actually see there, look in the $1 to $1.5 million range, all the homes that sold in November all sold for under asking. So again, just gives you a little bit of context. Or that $500,000 to $600,000 range, 5 of those 8 homes sold under asking. So again, just gives us a snapshot of what's really happening with pricing and what homes are selling for. Okay, number of new listings for Chico, California. So year to date, 854 homes if we were looking at 2023 to the end of November. This year, 890. So that's an increase of just over 4%. More homes have come on the market this year compared to last year. It's not enough. Here is a snapshot of where we landed for last month, you can see we did not have as many listings come on the market as we did in November of last year. But let's take a look at listings. It might be a little, or the number of homes that sold. So year to date, 685 homes sold in 2023. Fast forward to 2024, and we have an increase of almost 8% in the number of home sales. And you can see here, we almost reached what we did in November. Or sorry, we went over what we did in November of last year. So even though listings were down, number of sales are up. And I like to just give a little snapshot on what's happening with interest rates. Now, I'm not a loan officer, so all this data is pulled from at mortgagenewsdaily.com. So just disclaimer on the front end. So as of about 10 o'clock this morning, 6.91 is that national average. Now, this is what's gone on in the last 6 business days. There you can see a good number of green arrows, which is good for the consumer. But I want to actually shift over to the year over year change. What this shows us is it's still cheaper to borrow money today for a house to purchase it than it was the same time last year. And here you can see that in graph form. You can look all the way back to December 2nd of last year. We were at 7.11% for national average. This year so far, 6.91. Sorry, this today. So you can see the lots of ups and downs. However, again, big takeaway, if you don't remember anything else from this segment, remember this: it is cheaper to borrow money today to buy a house than it was the same time last year. And every Monday, I like to post a motivational quote to inspire us for the week. And this is this week's: live out of your imagination, not your history. Man, if you are anything like me, I've got that little voice that pops up in the back of my mind reminding me of past failures, mistakes I've made, the would-haves, the could-haves, and the should-haves. And when I do that, I actually digress, because wherever we look, wherever we focus, that's the direction we are going to go. So if we're focusing on our past, on our history, though, there are lessons to be learned based on those experiences. The truth is, if you continue to look to the past, that's where you are going to live, and you're going to stay stuck. So if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're not gaining traction, here's what it looks like. Look forward, begin to dream, begin to imagine what life could be like, or what are your desires? What is it that you want to fulfill or accomplish? And begin to focus on those things and begin to make decisions. And when you live in the here and now, you can make those steps then to achieve those things. That's all I got for you for this week's market update. I'm Derek Sanderson, and it's my passion to help educate, equip, and empower people just like you to make the best decisions possible. And if you could do me one last thing, if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, and commenting on this video, I would greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you very, very soon.